And welcome back here to Oswald Field. We're getting set for Game 2 of this doubleheader between NOC-Enid and your Hesston Larks. Caden DeCioni getting the nod here in Game 2. Larks coming away with a 5-1 victory on the strength of the complete game by Kainoa Mane. Got that, almost butchered that. Tried my best. We're glad you guys are along for the ride. Whether you're a fan of the Jets, fan of the Larks, we'd love to hear from you. Send us a text, 620-217-1465. This time, Caden DeCioni getting the nod for the Larks. And Caden's numbers, he's 1-0 on the season. He's appeared in 6 games, started 2, 15 innings pitched, 14 hits, 15 runs, 11 of which were of the earned variety, 20 walks, 22 strikeouts, and a 6.60 earned run average for Caden. Jack is in left field, Halen in center, Yusei over there in right, Dawson and Aiden on the left side, Eli and Coy on the right side, and Justin moves behind the dish. Batting order here for NOC, Ambrin Wojtek to lead things off. Galen Halverson batting second. Blake Scott catching this game, batting third. Josh Hendricks in right field is in the cleanup hole, followed by Tanner Holloman, the first baseman, batting fifth. In the sixth spot, left fielder Ben Lawson, Gage Ninnis batting seventh, playing center field, and the 8-hole hitter is a shortstop, Brandon Lees, followed by the second baseman, Kyle Bass. Here we go, top of the first from Oswald Field. And like we said, whether you're a fan of the Larks, fan of the Jets, we'd love to hear from you. Jets just recently tumbled out of the polls. They were as high as 10th, I do believe, but have dropped to receiving votes. And Caden getting the nod, and away we go. All right. Got a text saying Coach O's dad watching in Seattle. So Seattle, the Pacific Northwest in the house. And Caden's first pitch to Wojtek is upstairs for a ball. It's blowing. If you guys are just joining us for this game, it is howling. Wind is coming in from the left center field at sustained around 30, gusting to near 50. And there's a fly ball that will tail in the wind and hang up there. Wojtek flying out on the first pitch, or the second pitch he sees, one away. Halverson, the DH, batting now. And in game one, Halverson did single, stole a base, was 1 for 3. Caden deals. And that is a slow roller back to Caden. The flip over, and there are 2 away. Fairly effective early going. That's 3 pitches and 2 outs. It's a way to keep your pitch count down. Blake Scott, catcher, and this will be the Scott's first trip to the dish today. In 19 games, he's 12 for 46, 2 doubles, 2 home runs, 11 driven in, and 261 batting average. And he'll take a strike on the outside corner to start the at-bat. Again, getting his sign from Justin. And misses a little bit outside, and our count even quickly at 1 ball and 1 strike. Caden dealing. Misses just outside a little bit, and the count 2 balls, 1 strike. Sun trying to peek through the clouds, and if it does, I think it could make the atmosphere a little bit volatile. We're supposed to get some storms this evening. That one high and away, and the count 3 balls, 1 strike. Had a little bit of rain this morning. Humidity a little higher than they originally anticipated. The 3-1. And after an early strike, Scott looks his way aboard on the walk. Josh Hendricks, right fielder, will dig in. Hendricks in game 1. 0 for 2, drew a walk. And the backdoor breaking ball in for a strike to Hendricks. Okay, gets his sign, comes set. That's a chopper on the ground at Eli. Eli can't come up with it. Or Aiden, rather, can't come up with it, excuse me. And Hendricks aboard on the error. So Aiden can't come up with a play. And 2 aboard for Tanner Holloman. Holloman 0 for 3. He was the DH in game 1. Now playing manning first base for the Jets. And the inside curve stays too far inside. The 1-0 with 2 aboard. There's the curve that drops in for a strike, and we're even 1 ball, 1 strike. Caden deals. That's a looper out to left, shallow, base hit in the shallow left. Throw coming home, and it won't be in time as the run comes in. Base hit for Holloman, and the Jets on the board. Hendricks goes all the way over to third. And the Jets on the board after the single and the ribby. Holloman did take second on the throw. Ben Lawson, left fielder, steps up. Lawson hits .367 on the season, takes the curve inside for a strike. Caden likes to work the breaking pitches. There's another looper out there left field. 1 run coming in. A second on the hill. Here comes the throw. Will it be in time? It is not in time. And Lawson with a 2-run single. And just like that, the Jets offense has tacked up 3 quick runs. So 3-0 here, top 1. And Gage Ninnis coming to bat for the Jets. Caden misses a little bit high. I count 1 ball. And the 1-0 coming up.
We're making a bet. Texas Green.
That ball popped out to right field. And coming up short of the fence. And I count 1-1. Count even, 1 ball, 1 strike to Ninnis. Ninnis has played in 18 games, 18 for 52, 346 batting average. The 1-1 drifts across for a strike, and the count now to 1 ball and 2 strikes. So 3 runs on a pair of hits, an error and a walk for NOC-Enid. Swing and a miss, and Nina's striking out. But damage done as 3 have come across. We'll go to the bottom of the first with the Larks and Jets back after this. And welcome back here. The bottom of the first, Dawson Winter lead things off. Coy Kuhn batting second, playing first base. Jack Brinkley is in left field, batting third. Justin Smith catching, batting fourth. Eli at second base in the fifth. 5-hole followed by center fielder Halen David in the sixth spot. Manny Lopez gets the nod to DH for this contest. Yusei in right in the eighth spot, and Aiden at shortstop. Lawson, Ninez, and Hendricks from left to right across the outfield. Wojtek, Lees, Bass, and Hallman from left to right across the infield. Making the start here is Dylan Mallett. Mallett, 1-1 on the season, has appeared in 6 games, started 3 of them, 13 and a third innings pitched, 12 hits, 14 runs allowed, only 6 are earned, 7 errors and 13 strikeouts in his 13 innings, and a 4.05 ERA. And the first pitch swinging is lined out to center field. That will be over the head of Ninez, all the way to the fence. Dawson on his way to second and will stroll in with the stand-up double. Coy Kuhn will dig in. And Coy on the season, 27 for 86, 2 doubles. Or excuse me, 4 doubles, 3 triples, 2 bombs, 20 driven in, 25 walks, 22 strikeouts, 18 stolen bases for Coy, and a 329 batting average. So Coy very busy across the stat sheet. Are trying to get something back as Mallett stepping off. Now I want to talk something over again. It's windy. And looks like Mallett has to remove some jewelry as a fleet of jets heading out to take residence in the bullpen. There's a good pitch from Mallett to Coy as a strike. At one point years ago, they gave us a radar gun to play with, but then they took that away from us because we radared everything. That went too far inside. Coy dances his way out of the way, and we're even at a ball and a strike. Which is probably a good thing to take away toys from us up here. Or at least when I'm here with Dr. Phil Miller. The 1-1 coming up. That misses inside, and the count 2 balls, 1 strike. Coy working ahead against Mallett. Sun almost wants to try to poke through, which case it could get bright in a hurry. That one too far in. And Dawson moves all the way to third on the wild pitch. Count 3 balls, 1 strike. To Coy. We'll see what Coy does here. If he's looking for something, can't afford to be very, very picky choosy. The delivery, the pitch, stays upstairs by his eyes, and Coy draws the walk. Two on here for Jack Brinkley, none away. Runners at the corners. And Scott goes out to signal the defense for the infield. They're willing to concede the run. And there's a base hit that tails away. That's going in the gap in left center field. Jack, first pitch swinging, drives in a run. And Coy will trot his way to third. So Jack with a single. Coy moves to third. A run comes in. Jack has himself a ribby. Runners stay at the corners. And the Larks add a run here in their half of the first. Little fireworks here by the Larks right away. 3-1 the score. None out. Runners still at the corners. Justin Smith coming to bat. A crooked number on the board for the Jets. The Larks trying to add one of their own. And the first pitch from Mallett stays downstairs. Eli on deck. That one too far in. And our count goes 2 balls, no strikes. Looks like a quick meeting coming out here from head coach Scott Mansfield. We'll talk some things over. Maybe no one's on the same page early on. Count 2-0 to Justin. As there is someone loosening up in the bullpen. I can see that out there. I don't know if you can see it on the screen, but I can see it out there in right field. So 2-0. Now, trying to get out of the jam. And that one misses high, and they count 3 balls, no strikes. Ball 4, and Justin aboard, and the bases are loaded. Eli Prank coming to bat here. Bases loaded in the first, none out. The meadow is occupied here at Oswald Field. Or the nest is full, whichever one we'd like to say. An exultation of Larks on the base paths for Eli. Eli, first pitch swinging. He'll drive it out in the gap. That will score runs. 1 run is in. A second on the heels, and Eli has a 2-run single, and the Larks have added a quick crooked number of their own as Justin goes first to third. 2 runs in, and the Larks have tied things up. And still none out in our first, so fireworks abounding. Early on, crooked numbers by both squads. That brings up Halen David. Okay. That one fouled back and out of play. Eli just breaking the single season RBI record. That was his 46th of the season. Runner going. Eli caught in a rundown. And an out recorded. Count 1-1 here to Halen. Upstairs through the catcher, and Larks have taken the lead. On the ball upstairs. 4-3 the score. That one fouled back and out of play, and we're even at 2-2 strikes. Neither team really afraid of the wind. The 2-2 stays upstairs. We're full 3-2 strikes. Oh, I was off, excuse me. Now we're full 3-2. There's ball 4. Mendy Lopez coming to bat. Mendy on the season, 11 for 45. 3 doubles, 1 home run, 9 runs driven in, and a .244 batting average. That looks like it's going to close the book on Mallet. Mallet works 1/3 of an inning, allowing 3 hits, 2 walks, 4 runs. And that looks like that's going to bring in Murphy Ganger. Anyone out there who's a Jets fan, let me know. I didn't get that pronunciation written down. So Ganger coming in. 3-0 on the season, 7 appearances, has yet to start a game. What the stats I printed off of NJCA, 19 innings pitched, 19 hits, 10 runs, 7 earned, 8 walks, 23 strikeouts, and an ERA of 3.32. So Mendy will bat. Mendy, like we said, 244 on the season. Love to know. We've got some people watching. Whether you're a fan of the Larks, fan of the Jets, text us. Let us know. Especially if you can phonetically help me say Murphy's last name. That would be great. Larks will be in action Thursday right here. I think that's a 5-7. Gets McPherson JV. And a former Lark on the coaching staff of McPherson. A couple former Larks over there. Dalton Horton, the legendary washing machine, on the coaching staff. And former coach Chris Dawson, also on the coaching staff of MAC. So that's a 5-7. We'll be here on the Lark Network. Mendy digs in, 1 away and a runner aboard after the Larks have scored 4. What's that? Mendy digging in. Swing and a miss on the first pitch from Anger. And he behind in the count. Statistician Supreme, Lexi Avalos. She celebrates a birthday tomorrow. That's a fly ball, hit a ton. That's up into the wind. That is a long run, but making the play was Dennis. The Larks could be in trouble. And the Larks are doubled off as Halen gets caught off. Round at second. That's a great track down by Lawson out there. So the double play threat clears the base. The double play clears the bases. We've played an inning. Larks lead 4-3. We'll be back with the top of the second after this. And we're heading to the top of the second here at Jets and Larks. This game has fireworks written all over it. Larks lead 4-3 after rallying with 4 runs of their own in the bottom of the inning. We'll see if both pitchers settle down. Big curveball from Caden stays too far inside, 1 ball. This is Brandon Lees, the shortstop. And Lees, 2 for 3 in game 1. Pair of singles. Caden's fastball stays too far in. And they count 2 balls and no strikes. Three balls and no strikes now to and that's a quick walk by Lee's 4-pitch walk. The tying run aboard with none away for Kyle Bass. Bass drew a walk. Also grounded into a double play. 2 groundouts, over 2 in game 1. Bass tries to lay the bunt down, and it said it hit him in foul territory. It will be a foul ball. And steps off with Lee's over there at first base. Check The numbers real quick. Lees has a stolen base on the season. Counts even 1 ball, 1 strike. Bunt laid down, push bunt down the first baseline. Justin pounces on it, tosses over. Lees is advanced, and Bass does his job on the sacrifice bunt. And that moves Lees up to second base. Scoring position for Wojtek. Wojtek flew out to left field his first at bat. Backdoor breaking ball in for a strike. Kitten always like to work lefties with the breaking ball. The 0-1. That one saws off. Wojtek, he's quickly behind 0-2. And the 0-2. Caden misses downstairs, and our count 1-2. Wojtek steps out. A little dust in his eye. Dust in the wind. And the 1-2. That is shot out to left field. Base hit for Wojtek. Runner coming home. Jack will throw to second, keep Wojtek at first. Wojtek has himself a single and a ribby for his trouble, and we're all tied up at 4 with 1 away in the top of the second. Halverson ground out his first at bat. There is action in the Lark bullpen. Caden's curveball misses. All tied up at 4. Fly ball, center field. Halen will camp underneath it. Now has to move forward and make the play. Two away in our third, or excuse me, in our second for Blake Scott, who drew a walk. We're all tied up at 4. That one misses high. 1 ball. Chopped foul, right side. We're even 1-1. Another chopper foul on that right side. And the count goes 1 ball and 2 strikes. Scott did draw the 4-pitch walk in the first. Scored a run. And the 1-2 now from Caden. Another foul ball. That one's lined foul into what used to be the old bullpen area. Caden misses outside. We're even 2 balls and 2 strikes. Lots of deuces across the top of that scoreboard. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And Caden deals. That is a fly ball hit out to Halen, who comes under and makes a play. But a run comes across in the half of the second for the Jets. We're tied up at 4. I'd like to thank our sponsors, Blue Stem Communities, Ray Roofing, and Citizen State Bank. We'll be back with the bottom of the second after this. Into the bottom of the second, you say Aiden and Dawson all due up for the Larks. 8-9-1 in the order for HC. So you say coming to bat now. Out in right field as it is still howling wind-wise from the south-southeast. And it looks like something's blowing away that the umpire has someone going after. Oh, a gate blew open. Okay. That's what the deal was. That's why he was pointing there. 4-4, bottom 2. And Murphy Geinger misses upstairs. You say fouls it back. We're quickly even at a ball and a strike. You say swings through, and I count 1-2. That popped up, starts on the infield, will blow all the way into foul territory. That ball was at second base and blew almost out of play, and they count riding 1 ball and 2 strikes. You say resets himself. And that pitch missing inside. Geiger misses, and we're even 2 balls and 2 strikes. You say battling, fouls it off into the campus activity center. That's a line drive right up the middle, and you say aboard with the single. Aiden Betger comes to stick for the Larks. So fireworks abounding once again. You say diving back in. Aiden shows bunt, lays the push button down, and pops it foul. Gotta get those bunts down. That's dangerous. Could hang a runner out to dry. Wojtek now cheats in a little bit farther. There's the snap throwback. You say dives in. The count 0-1. That one goes off of the head of Scott. You say we'll take second on the pass ball. So the count, they said that he did offer. Now they're changing. That one too far outside. Or count 1 ball and 2 strikes. Geiger deals with a little bit of submariner action, and Aiden Becker goes down swinging. Dawson doubled in his first at bat. So 1 out with Yusei over at second base. And Dawson loops one up there to left field. That's going to be another base hit. Yusei will score easily. Dawson thinking 2. Now slows up, and he'll stay at first base, but gets a single and a run driven in, and the Larks retake the lead 5-4. Coy drew a walk, scored a run. As Lark bats alive. Coy lays off the breaking pitch outside. Coy's first swing hacks it out of play on the right side, and the count 1-1. Geiger's got that 3/4 delivery slot, not quite full submarine, not quite full sidearm, kind of 3/4, and finds the strike zone out of the corner. Fooled Coy there, and the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. That one too far outside. And the count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. On the ground, base hit right side. Coy has himself a little nice single as that ball had eyes. Finding the hole. And there are 2 aboard for Brinkley. Jack, who singled in a run. Jack 1 for 1 with a single and a ribby. Larks trying to add to their lead. With only 1 out. And the lefty stepping in. Geiger wants to go through things again. With his catcher, Scott. That one inside and hits Brinkley. Jack wears it. He'll head to first base. That brings up Justin Smith, who drew a walk and scored a run. Bases are loaded. And action in the bullpen once again for Northern Oklahoma Enid. So the bases loaded situation brewing, and a first pitch swinging for Justin. And he's behind in the count, 1 strike. That pitch drops in for a strike. Justin Newton, the count 0-2. Eli waiting on deck. Singled in 2. Strike 3 outside corner. Justin gets caught looking. Eli Prine steps in. Broke the single season RBI mark in his last at-bat with 2. Prine's first pitch is fouled back and out of play. Eli rips one foul again. He's quickly behind 0-2. Eli, a little flare out there to right field will hang up in the wind. Hendricks plays it. And the crisis averted. Larks do score 1. But back-to-back outs. Strand 3. We've played 2. Larks lead 5-2. 5-4 after we'll be back after this on Lark Network. And welcome back here as we're heading top of the third. Jets and the Larks in a slugfest early. Got a text, and it's a fitting text. Grandparents of Josh Hendricks watching from Roswell, New Mexico. And Josh Hendricks due up this inning. Reached on an error, and he'll lead things off to start the top of the third for NOC-Enid. Hendricks takes a pitch outside from Caden. 1 ball. Hendricks does offer at that one. And we're even 1 ball, 1 strike as he tried to bunt. Did not make contact. And the 1-1 on the ground, gloved by Coy. Coy flipping over to Caden, the foot race, and not in time. And Hendricks has an infield single. That will bring up Tanner Holloman. So they can't. So this is Holloman stepping in. And Holloman fouls the first pitch he sees as Hendricks was off to the races. Hendricks has stolen a base. Caden comes set. And misses low. Our count evens up at 1-1. Swing and a miss by Hallman, and he is quickly behind. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Caden steps off to keep Hendricks close. Count is even 2-2. Big curve stays inside. The count full 3 balls and 2 strikes. Holloman singled in a run in his first at bat already of this contest. Ball 4, and Holloman aboard. None out for Ben Lawson. And 2 aboard. Curveball from Caden misses behind Holman. Excuse me, behind Lawson. They count 1 ball. Time being called. Cal Olson heading out to talk to Caden. with 1 away. Or 1 ball and none away and 2 on. Looks like we're going to have a pitching change with 1 out. And Edgar Vera coming in to pitch for the Larks. They'll close the book on Caden after he works 2 innings, allowing 4 earned runs. So Edgar coming in here in the third to work in the numbers for Edgar. Edgar's appeared in 8, started 5. He's 1-2 on the season with 1 complete game, 23 innings pitched, and Edgar has allowed 23 hits, 15 earned runs on top of 21 runs total, 11 walks, 17 strikeouts, a K rate per 9 of 6.65, but 4 home runs allowed by Edgar and a 5.87 earned run average for Mr. Vera. We said it's still very windy here. Get a quick update on the wind speeds. It was sustained at around 30, gusting to near 50. We're in a wind advisory for the area, which means it is blowing. Edgar trying to limit the damage here with 2 on and none out. Do a check here. Count as 1 ball, no strikes here to Lawson. And Edgar misses away, and they count 2 balls, no strikes. On fouled back, sustained winds at 35 or 28, gusting to 35. Chance of some weather for tonight, maybe possibly starting as early as 5 o'clock. Depending on where things fire up. Count 2 balls and a strike. Edgar's breaking pitch stays upstairs. 3-1. Ball 4 in the dirt. And a fleet of Jets on the base paths with none away. For Ninez, the center fielder. Ninez was hitting .346 coming in. Struck out in his first at bat. Pops that one up a mile high. I don't think it will stay in play. Oh, it does stay in play. And what a play by Justin to make a play up against the fence. I didn't think it was going to stay in play. He made the play right here just in front of the fence. And 1 out. Brandon Lee's coming to bat. Lee's drew a walk, scored a run in that second inning. say it's gusting harder than 35 here. Feels a lot closer to 45 or 50 in that matter. And there's a strike on the outside corner for a breaking pitch strike from Edgar to Lees. Sun trying to poke its way through the clouds. Edgar misses too far outside. And the count even at a ball and a strike. The 1-1. Drifts outside, and we're 2 balls into strike to Lees. Edgar misses downstairs, and we've got a 3-ball, 1 strike count. To Lees. The shortstop. Fly ball out to right field. That should score a run. You say, lost it in the wind, drops fair. That's going to be trouble. 1 run is in. A second comes in, slipping in. And Lees has a bleeding double that scores 2. So the Jets retake the lead 6-5. Crooked numbers again for NOC. A pitch inside to Bass for a ball. Couple more arms warming up in the bullpen. Edgar struggling to find the zone. That one getting through Justin. The run comes home. Bass draws the walk. A 3rd run in the inning. It's now 7-5. Wojtek steps in, singled in a run in his last at bat. Edgar misses away. 1 ball. There's a curve in for the strike. We're even. Bass takes second on the defensive indifference. Edgar misses inside to Wojtek one more time. And they count 2 balls and 1 strike. Edgar's curve stays outside. They count 3-1. Another walk issued. And the bases are loaded full of Jets. And that looks like that will close the book on Edgar. Braden Ketley coming into pitch for the Larks. Here as we're in the top of the third. Third arm here for the Larks being used. Larks will be in action Thursday. McPherson JV coming to town. Chance to thank our sponsors, Ray Roofing, Blue Stem Communities, and Citizen State Bank. Braden's appeared in 6 games with two starts, an 0-1 record, 11 and a third innings pitched, 15 hits, 18 runs, 11 earned runs, 16 walks, 6 strikeouts, and an 8.74 ERA. Braden trying to find something on the ground. So the Larks should hopefully roll 2 is the goal. This will be Kalen Halverson. Halverson 0 for 2. As even threatening to make my scorebook a mess. Halverson grounded out in the first and flew out in the second. First pitch swinging, fouled back to the fence. 1 strike for Mr. Ketley. That's ripped. Out at third. And an out at home. The Larks get the double play as Dawson stepped on third on the force and the tagged at home. So Larks dodge a major bullet, but we've still played 3.5. Larks trail 7-5. We'll be back with the bottom of the third after this. And we're heading back to the bottom of the third. Halen David to start this off for the Larks. Mendy Lopez and Yusei all also due up. Larks trail 7-5 in what is turning into a slugfest. First pitch swinging, fouled back and out of play for Halen. He drew a walk. In his first at-bat. And Halen looks at one downstairs and away, and our count 1 ball, 1 strike. That one too far inside. And they count 2-1 to Halen David. Fly ball up into the air. Right side long run. And that will bounce out of play. And we're even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. The 2-2 delivery. Fly ball, that will stay in play. That will start in center tail all the way over to right. Hendricks going back and makes a play. 1 out. Mendy Lopez flew out into a double play in his last at-bat. And Mendy fouls back, and I'll play on the first pitch he sees. There's a good pitch on the corner by Geinger. I count 0-2 to Mendy. Too far outside. And the count moves 1 ball, 1 strike. Mendy still fouling off, staying alive. Battling in the batter's box, but he's behind 1 ball, 2 strikes. That one stays a little bit too far outside. And the count moves to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Mendy lays off. We're full 3 balls and 2 strikes, even after the appeal down to first. Ball 4 as Mendy aboard after the walk. Larks with a runner on for Yusei. Yusei singled in his last at bat. And he'll take a breaking pitch from the side armor, the 3/4 delivery outside for a ball. Not full submarine.
That's a fly ball that starts in center, will blow out to right. Hendricks comes underneath it and makes a play. Second time the Larks have hit one to dead center that blew to right field. And Aiden Becker coming up. Swing and a miss by Becker. Aiden behind 0-1. Oh, and misses outside. And they count 1-1 even up as the Larks trailing here in the bottom of the third, 7-5. Aiden tips it into the glove for a foul ball. And they count 1-2. Aiden fouls that one back. Scott can't hang on to it, and they count 1 ball, 2 strikes. Strike 3 called. Aiden goes down looking. Larks stranded runner. We've played 3. Larks trail 7-5. Back after this here on the Lark Network. Into the top of the fourth we go. Catcher Blake Scott to lead this off here for the Jets. And Scott, first pitch swinging, fly ball center field. Could be trouble. A nice track down by Aiden to make an over-the-head running catch. Almost leaning all the way back, doing his own little limbo. Well, there's one away. Josh Hendricks digs in, singled his last at-bat. And his first pitch swinging, fouls it off on the left side. the 1-0. That's a tapper back to Braden Ketley. And Braden flips over to Coy at first, 1 away. 2 away, excuse me. Tanner Holloman. 1 for 1. And it drew a walk, so his on-base percentage of $1 billion in this contest. And that one misses down and away. 1 ball. Again in the dirt, and they count 1-0. Three balls, no strikes here to Hallman now. There's a strike from Braden. Swing and a miss. Hallman not cheated on that swing. Trying to hit that ball back to Oklahoma despite the wind. Count full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Payoff pitch. Braden steps off. Let's go through his signs one more time. On the ground. Aiden from deep in the hole throw. Not in time. Took an ugly hop out there. Hallman's going to be aboard on the single. Lawson comes to bat. Ben Lawson 1 for 1 with a 2-run single and a walk. Braden misses outside. Larks thought about a little bit of a pitch out as Hallman dances his way back to first. Big curve that stays in. And the count goes 2 balls, no strikes. Chopper on the ground left side. Aiden can't come up with it, but it's in foul territory. And the count moves to 2 balls and 1 strike. That is 1 ball and 2 strikes, excuse me. Oh, and outside, too far out, and Hallman takes second on the wild pitch. Now we're even 2 balls and 2 strikes. Deuces are wild across the top of that scoreboard. 2 balls, 2 hits. And 2 outs. Swing and a miss. And a big strikeout there for Braden Ketley. Larks get out of an inning. First time that in this game that the Jets have not scored in their half of the frame. We'll be back with the bottom of the 4th after this. Bottom of the 4th we go. Dawson Winter coming to bat for the Larks. Dawson with a double and a single. A multi-hit game already. Larks trail 7-5. And Dawson takes a pitch outside for a ball. Swing and a miss for Dawson. We're even at 1 ball, 1 strike. Tip into the glove for a strike in the count. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Dawson fouls it back. Now the count even up, or moves to 1, still rides at 1 and 2. That one misses upstairs. Geiger in the count now. Even 2 balls, 2 strikes. Dawson wanting the explanation on one of the calls. Dawson goes down. That brings up Coy Kuhn. Coy 1 for 2. That pitch misses outside. Coy singled his last at bat. Quickly ahead, now 2 balls, no strikes. Ooh. Count 2 balls and 1 strike. And the count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Oh, it misses upstairs, and our count 3 balls and 2 strikes. Coy fooled on the changeup. He goes down 1 strikes. And Jack Brinkley coming to bat. Jack fouls it off, and the count evens up at 1-1. Jack chases through, and the count 1-2. On the ground, at Lee's in the hole, the throw. In time, Larks go quickly and quietly, 1-2-3. We've played 4, Larks trail 7-5. Back after this. And welcome back here to our 5th inning. Top of 5, Gage Ninnis coming to bat. And Braden starts him off with a curve for a strike. Yeah, pretty good chance of some good old-fashioned Kansas Thunder boomers tonight. Braden's curve, too far inside. The count 1-1 strike. Had a little lightning and thunder this morning before this game ever started. And just a little bit of rain. That ball hammered foul into the ground on the left side. And they count 1-2 strikes. Braden deals. His breaking ball misses upstairs. And we're even 2 balls and 2 strikes. Fly ball left center field. Going back, Halen on the run will make the play on the couple steps in front of the warning track. On a non-windy day, that ball is probably out of the yard here at Oswald Field. Brandon Lees doubled into his last at bat. He's quickly behind in the count with a strike. Braden misses inside. On our count, 1 ball, 1 strike. There's a good curve for the strike, and the count 1-2. Popped up. I don't know if that'll stay in play. It might. Coy calling for it and makes a play 2 steps in front of the fence. It does stay in play. And there's 2 away. Kyle Bass drew a walk, got to second, was stranded over there. Laid down a sacrifice bunt, so he's officially 0 for 0. No official at-bats in this game. Bass first pitch swinging, that pops up. You say, will make the play. Out in right field. Enid goes quickly and quietly, 1-2-3. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th. Back after this. And welcome back as we're at bottom of 5. Larks trail 7-5 here. Justin Smith 0 for 1 with a backwards K in the scorebook and takes his first pitch swinging. Justin did draw the walk and scored on the pass ball in the first, but caught looking in the second. And Justin fouls it back. He's quickly in an 0-2 hole here to Geinger. And that one dances downstairs and the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. Again, fan of the Jets, fan of the Larks. Love to hear from you guys. Send us a text at 620-217-1465 as Justin looks his way to even 2 balls and 2 strikes. Number is on the top of the screen above the scoreboard. Feel free to drop us a text, questions, comments, feedback. Statistician Supreme Lexi Avalos, she'll answer life questions. Swing and a miss as Justin goes down. Back to his second strikeout of the contest. Eli Prine singled in 2 and then was caught stealing in a 2-6 to 3-4 putout and a rundown. And Eli looks at a pitch that stays low for a ball. One outside, and it's quickly 2 balls, no strikes. Lex, a senior nursing student, has been manning a stats computer for all 4 years here and doing a superb job. We're not sure how we're going to get along without her next year in the count, as that one fouled back and out of play. Count 2 balls, 1 strike. Eli swings through. And the count quickly even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Geiger has really settled down after when he came in rockily in the first and second. We're full through to 3 balls and 2 strikes. That pitch missed upstairs. On the ground, foul past a diving Wojtek over there at third. And the count remaining 3-2. Fly ball hit a ton to center field. That will hang in the wind. And Eli Prine with his second straight fly out to center field. Haley David, 0 for 1. That one fouled back into the fence on Halen's first swing. There's a quick swing and a miss, and Halen quickly now behind. 0-2. Larks again, back-to-back innings. Now they've gone quickly and quietly, 1-2-3. We've played 5. Larks trail 7-5. We'll be back with the top of the 6th after this.
Top of 6 we go. Wojtek Halverson and Scott Aldo up here for the Jets as they are continue with a 2-run lead. And the first pitch swinging, Wojtek shoots it out to right. Left field, that's off the top of the fence, I should say. Wojtek thinking 2, and he will slide in with the double. And Wojtek jumped all over the first pitch he saw and doubles off the wall. Halverson, the DH, coming to stick now. Braden gets his sign, checks the runner, comes set one more time. Deals. And that one down in the dirt for a ball to Halverson. Halverson 0 for 3. And Halverson takes a healthy hack, fouls it off on the left side. And the count even, 1 ball, 1 strike. That's a little flare out there, dropped into center field for a base knock. Halen can't come up with it. And Halverson has a single, an RBI, and the lead extends to 8-5. None out here in the 6th with a runner aboard. Got a text from a Jet parent saying, "Thank you, couldn't make the trip to Kansas. Thanks for the streaming and the commentating, a rare treat. Appreciate you guys tuning in. 8-5 the score. There's a fly ball towards left. Jack makes the play. 1 away. Josh Hendricks comes to bat. Kind of seen a theme here with these last several hitters as they're jumping all over Braden's first pitch. Braden misses high and away. And I count 1-0. Swing and a miss. Halverson swiping second base. Justin couldn't quite come up with it. And the count evens up at 1-1. On the ground. Coy has to come up. Can't come up with it. Coy throws it through the infield. Nobody there. Dawson can't come up with it. Pair of errors on the play for the Larks. A second run across. 9-5 the score. Coy rushed the throw just a little bit.
Tanner Holloman tried to offer the bunt throw from Justin. Almost took Braden's head off. Braden fortunately put his glove up and made the snag, or he would have worn that in the face. Holloman quickly behind in the count 0-1. Big curve stays outside. We're even 1-1. On the ground, Dawson, the throw from third, airmails the throw over. Wheels are coming off the Larks here. Holloman takes second. The run comes in. And it's 10-5. 1 out. Three errors in the inning now for the Larks. Four for the contest by my scorebook. And Braden misses high to Ben Lawson. That one misses upstairs. And they count 2 balls and no strikes. Three in a row now to Lawson. There's a strike on the inside corner. And the count goes 3-1. Big swing and a miss by Lawson. And the count still remaining 3 balls and 2 strikes. Chopper on the ground. Dawson charging hard, throws across. Cannot come up with another error by the Larks. And a run trots home. Four errors in the inning, 5 for the contest. And the Larks now down 11-5. There's a curveball in for a strike. To Gage Ninnes. Ninnes 0 for 3. There's a little flare that will hang up in the wind. Halen goes back, makes a play. Runner thought about tagging, stays at second. And 2 away. Larks trailing 11-5. Fly ball that will hang up in the wind one more time. Jack goes back, makes a play, but the damage done. 4 errors in the inning, costing Larks 4 runs on those errors. We played 6.5. Larks trail 11-5. Back after this in the bottom of the 6th. Mindy Lopez coming to bat in the bottom of the 6th for the Larks. New pitcher is Jerron DeBerry for Enid. And Berry's numbers, 3-1 on the season. Started 6 games, appeared in 8. And the first pitch to Mendy is low for a ball. 34 1/3 innings pitched, so he is the leading inning eater here. 36 hits, 24 runs, 12 earned, 19 walks, but 38 strikeouts, and an ERA of 3.15, the lowest ERA on this team. We're all even at a ball and a strike to Mendy. There's a curve that drops over for a strike, and Mendy quickly behind. 1-2. DeBerry misses outside. And they count 2-2. Mendy swinging through and is retired. Nine straight retired for Jets pitching. One away will bring up Yusei. That pitch downstairs in the dirt for a ball. DeBerry takes something off and finds the zone for a strike. We're even 1-1 strike. Breaking pitch stays outside. 2-1 the count. Swing and a miss, and we're even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Third pitcher in this contest has to take off something from the wrists. I count 2-2. Tapped foul. The count still remaining 2 balls and 2 strikes, do you say? You say quickly retired. Three straight strikeouts by the pitching staff of the Jets. A few fans in the stands both ways. And there's a strike to Aiden to start this off. Fly ball center field. And that will be caught. That's 11 straight retired here by the pitching staff of the Jets. We'll top of 7 back after this. Into the top of the 7th we go. Larks trailing 11-5 here. And Josh Wilson on to pitch here for the Larks. And this is against Bass, and that misses downstairs. And count 1 ball.
One squirts away from Justin. The count 2 balls, no strikes. Josh misses downstairs, and the count 3 balls, no strikes. There's a pitch on the outside corner. Let's tread lightly. Let's tread lightly over there. There's a base hit out there to left field by Bass. Bass nearly caught leaning and was. So a single results in a putout. 7-4 to 3 on the putout and 1 away. Wojtek coming to bat. That one misses downstairs. 1 ball to Wojtek. Wojtek's had himself a pretty good day. A pair of singles, a walk, a run scored, a run driven in. Pretty busy day for the leadoff hitter. There's a base knock into right field. A second single in the inning. But Wojtek won't try to stretch anything. He'll be aboard. Halverson. Singled in his last at bat. Oh, check. This is a new hitter. This is Tag Allen coming to bat. And Allen takes a strike from Josh Wilson. Nice block by Justin. The count even at 1 ball, 1 strike. Josh may have overthrown that a little bit. Stayed high on the count. 2 balls, 1 strike. Three and 1 now to Allen. Allen on the season, 2 for 12 in 7 games he has appeared in. And Allen draws a walk. Blake Scott, the catcher, 0 for 3. That pitch missing inside for a ball. There's a good pitch from Josh to even the count at 1-1, catching the lower left corner of the zone to the lefty, Scott. Fly ball Halen camping underneath it, making the play. 2 away. Josh Hendricks singled. Got to base twice on Lark errors. And scored 3 runs. 2 on, 2 out. Nearly got away from Josh Wilson. Good hang back there by Justin. Wilson misses again outside and low. The count 2 balls, no strikes. That one fouled back and towards the defunct tennis courts. Wilson misses upstairs and count 3 balls and 1 strike. Hendricks misses, and the count now full 3 balls and 2 strikes as he fouled that one back to the fence. Fly ball that will hang up there, you say, will make the play. I shudder to think at how many of these fly balls would be out without the wind today. Larks will go to the bottom of the 7th, work to do. They trail 11-5 back after this. We're into the bottom of the 7th here. Larks trail 11-5. Dawson Winter coming to bat. Dawson with a pair of hits, a double and a single, and a run driven in. Nathan Crum on the hill for the Jets, another lefty. And that is a slow roller back to Crum. Crum pounces, spins, throws in time. One away. Coy Kuhn, 1-for-2 with a single and a strikeout and a walk. And Coy takes a pitch low for a ball from the lefty, Crum. One away. As that one misses outside. And the count 2-0. Coy chases, swings right through the breaking pitch, and they count 2 balls, 1 strike. Count 3-1 to Coy. And Coy fouls it back. And we're full 3-2. Hard hit ball, one hop to Wojtek, who throws over 2 away.
Now batting, number 22, Jack Brinkley.
Jack Brinkley singled, was hit by a pitch. 1-for-2 after a ground out to short as well. And Jack takes a curveball over for a strike. 2 away here in the bottom of the 7th. That's on the ground. That gets through the first baseman, Holloman, and Jack aboard after the error.
Now batting, number 15, Justin Smith.
That broke the streak of 13 straight Larks have been retired at that point. Looks like we've got someone coming in to run for Jack. Ren Yokoyama coming in to run for Jack. That's Justin coming to bat. Crum misses upstairs. And the 1-0 delivery from the lefty. Breaking ball stays outside, and the count 1 ball, 1 strike. Fouled back. And the count 1-2.
We're all even up at 2 balls, 2 strikes. So deuces wild one more time across the top of that scoreboard. Wren swiping second on his way to third. And gets to third on the error. Count full 3 balls and 2 strikes. That one fouled back to the fence. Too far in and a walk issued to Justin. So now runners at the corners for Eli Prime. Curve misses inside to Eli. One ball. I didn't see who came in to run. Okay. Michael Wilhite come in. Thank you, guys. That one fouled back and out of play. And they count 1 ball, 1 strike. Michael Wilhite in to run now. There's a breaking pitch in for a strike, and they count 1 ball, 2 strikes to Eli. Tapped foul. Eli stays alive. Base hit through the whole left side. A run will come in. Eli signals in a run for himself. Gets his 3rd ribby of the day. Larks add a run. Brings up Halen David. Halen swings through the first pitch he sees, quickly down a strike. Halen's 0 for 2. Halen fouls that one back to the fence. They count 0 2. Well outside. And they count 1 ball and 2 strikes.
That one fouled back to the fence and out of the fence and out of play. Count still riding 1-2. Breaking pitch stays too far outside. Let me count 2-2 to Halen from Crum. Crum's pitch misses low, and we're full 3 balls and 2 strikes. Strike 3 called inside corner. That will do it as Crum walks it off. Final score, the Jets and the Larks split. 11-6 our final. We'll be back right here on Thursday with MAC JV coming to town. First pitch 5 o'clock. I'm Rusty Witcher saying we'll see you then here on the Lark Network.